Guruganeshābhyām Namaha. Sannyasis are respected always, everywhere. Veda talks about 11 other paths for spiritual progress, but then concludes that sannyasa is the greatest, foremost, noblest. Which are the other paths? This is from Taittiriya Aranyaka 10th Prashna, Anuvaka number 62. Satyam param param satyam satyena na suvarga loka chavante kadajana satam hi satyam tasmat satye ramante. Some noble people stick to truthfulness, honesty. That they observe as their path. They never lie. They never deviate from truth. This path is so great that the mantra itself says Satyam Param Param Satyam twice. The speciality of this path is that if you attain Swargaloka through the path of Satyam, then you never have to leave. People go to Swarga by acquiring Punya. They go to Swarga and when their Punya is exhausted, they have to come out. But those who go to Swargaloka by observing truthfulness, they never have to come out of Swarga. The second path, Tapaha. Tapa iti tapaha na anashanat param yadhi param tapaha. Tat uddharsham tat duradharsham tasmat tapasiramante. What is meant by tapaha here in this mantra is anashana, upavasa, staying without food. But it is very difficult to practice. A lot of willpower is required to practice upavasa, fasting. People use hunger strike as a method of protest. It involves a lot of suffering and needs a lot of willpower. The third path, Dhamma. Dhamma iti niyadam brahmacharinas tasmat dhame ramante. What is Dhamma? Indriya Nigraha, control of the organs of the body. There is a very good movie. Easily accessible. It is there on your device playing on TV. You know that it will entertain you. You can enjoy. But if you can still avoid watching it, stop yourself. Keep on stopping yourself from the urge to watch it. This is control of organs. Your mind will keep on telling you, why do you want to miss it? What are you going to gain by doing this? This is not spirituality. Doing yoga is spirituality. Doing pranayama is spirituality. You're not going to gain anything by not watching that. This is stupidity. You will only become frustrated after some time. Such thought will keep on pushing you. Still, if you stay away, then it is Dhamma. Dhamma is mostly practiced by brahmacharis. Dhamma is controlling your organs. They want to enjoy pleasure and you restrain them. The next method is Shama. Shama is controlling anger and other such negative feelings. Shama ityaranye munayas tasmat chame ramante. There is reason to get angry. There are irritants all around. Still you don't get angry. You observe your own anger. You can see it welling up within you. Still you don't allow it to burst out. This is called Shama, mostly practiced by munis who live in the forest. The next method is Dana. Dhanamiti sarvani bhutani prashamsanti. Dhanad na ati dushkaram tasmat dane ramante. Man knows to take, likes to take. Man doesn't like to give. It is very difficult to give, especially without a quid pro quo benefit. To give without any expectation of anything tangible is very, very difficult. Giving a few coins is okay, a few hundreds or thousands is okay. This is not the dana we are talking about here. To give away whatever you have constantly, you keep on giving away whatever you earn. It is not all that easy. This is danam. The sixth method, observance of dharma. Dharma iti dharmena sarvamidam parigrihitam dharman nati duscharam tasmat dharme ramante. Dharma here means to act in the welfare of others. This method is particularly suitable for rulers. The rulers should use resources not for their own enjoyment. They should use them for making of wells, providing water, providing shelter. The difference between dana and this is that dana you have to see the quality of the recipient, whether the recipient is a satpatra or not. Here anyone can derive benefit out of it. The giver doesn't choose the recipient. The seventh method is prajanana. Prajana iti bhuyam saha tasmat bhuyishtaf prajayante. Tasmat bhuyishtaf prajanane ramante. This is going to be very difficult to digest. To have plenty of children is one of the methods to progress. Quite opposite to brahmacharya. One of the reasons is our lack of understanding about what brahmacharya is. Anyway, we'll get into that some other time. There is a pandemic. The whole world is trying hard to preserve every single life. Life is important. Life is so precious. There are couples trying so hard to beget a progeny. If you see scriptures, you will see people with 100 children, 1000 children. King Sagara had 60,000 children. Vamshavriddhi is one of the primary tasks in the created world. Today we have restrictions, 1 child norm, 2 children. Even laws are being thought about to restrict childbirth, or you will lose your welfare benefits. It is interesting, alongside Brahmacharya, Upavasa, Dana, Prajana or giving birth to a large number of children is also one of the methods for spiritual progress. The 8th method. Agnaya ityaha tasmad agnaya adhadavyaha. Performing homas with Agni. This is another excellent method for progress. The 9th method, Agnihotra. Agnihotram ityaha tasmad agnihotre ramande. The 10th method, Yajnas, Shrauda Yajnas, Darshapurnamasa, Jyotishtoma. Yajna idi yajnena hi deva divam gataha tasmad yajne ramante. Devas attain heaven by performing yajnas. This is another very effective and noble method. The 11th method, Manasam idi vidvamsaha, tasmad vidvamsaha manase eva ramante. The intellectual, the scholars, they follow these mental methods like meditation, Antaryaga. They are also very effective. But above all these, giving up everything, even these methods, giving up every form of karma, every other method. If sannyasa is achieved 100%, then he becomes Parabrahma itself. Nyasa idi brahma, brahma hi paraf paro hi brahma taniva edanya avarani tapamsi. Nyasa eva atyarechayat. Sannyasa is giving up everything, including these 11 methods. This is the best method to attain moksha. All other methods are great, but sannyasa is the greatest. Harihi Om.
यज्ञानिश्रेष्ठतमं कर्म